My name is Ali and I'm a member of Birkbeck's Access and Engagement team. Today I'm going to be taking you through the process of applying to Birkbeck. This presentation is part of our Get Started series, in which we also have videos on how to choose a subject you would like to study and how to write your personal statement. If you're still thinking about what you would like to study with us, I'd recommend pausing this video and checking out our Preparing to Study video. All applications to Birkbeck need to be made online, so let's start at the very beginning on Google. Other search engines are very much available. The easiest way to find Birkbeck's website is simply typing Birkbeck into Google, like so. Then, once you click on the link to our homepage, you'll find yourself on the main Birkbeck website. Now, to apply to Birkbeck, you will first need to know the course you would like to study. This can be found by clicking on the menu at the top right hand of the screen, okay, and by selecting Find a Course. Once you're on the Find a Course page, you'll need to select your level of study. For the purposes of this video, we're going to apply for an undergraduate law course, but the process is broadly the same for most Birkbeck courses. Some of our courses work on the basis of what is known as modular enrolment, which means you enroll directly onto each module. But technically, as you don't need to apply for these courses, we won't be covering them in this video. So, what we're going to do is click on Undergraduate Courses 2020-2021 entry. Now, we are taken to an alphabetical list of our undergraduate courses starting in 2020. I'm going to scroll down to L and select Law. Once I do this, I'm taken to a list of all the courses that include an element of law in them. But to keep things simple, I'm just going to focus on Law LLB. This is where the difference between studying full-time and part-time becomes important. If you've chosen to apply for a full-time undergraduate course, you will need to apply through UCAS. If you're looking to study part-time at undergraduate level or at postgraduate level, you'll need to apply directly through Birkbeck's website. I'm initially going to show you how Birkbeck's website is linked to UCAS for full-time applications. So what I'm going to do is click on Law LLB full-time. Once we're on the full-time Law LLB page, you'll find a number of useful pieces of information about the course. For example, you have the duration of the course, which is here, 3 years full-time, the location it is taught at, which is our central London campus, and the attendance requirements, so that's 3 to 4 evenings a week. Also, once you scroll down the page, there is general information about what is covered in the course, as well as a breakdown of the modules you'll be studying through the Read More About Modules section. Once you click on that, you can see all the different modules. And each one of these has their own page, so you can have a look through them. Down at the bottom of the page, there will be tabs related to entry requirements, fees, how the module is taught, and what careers graduates of the course go on to do. So you've got entry requirements, fees there, how it's taught, and how it's assessed, and careers and employability. To apply to the course, simply scroll back up to the top of the page and click Apply Now, which will link you directly to the UCAS website. Here we are on UCAS. Once you're here, you'll just need to search for Birkbeck, then the subject you're interested in on the main page. So what we'll do is we'll put in Birkbeck Law and search. This takes you to the search results, where you can select this course and the course instance that you would like to apply to. So that's our undergraduate. And there we have Birkbeck Law. So you have the two instances here. So you've got full-time and part-time. We're looking at full-time. So you click that there, view option. And then down here is the Apply button. This will take you to the UCAS Apply portal, where you will need to either sign in or create an account. You can then follow the step-by-step instructions to apply via UCAS. We're going to head back to the Birkbeck website. So back through all of here, back here. I'm going to go on to the Law 4-year part-time page. You'll see that essentially it looks the same as the full-time version, except with some key differences around the attendance requirements and the fees. This time, when we select Apply Now, it will keep us on the Birkbeck website, where I'll ask you to confirm the course you are looking to apply for. So for this instance, we've got our Law 4-year part-time. We just need to press Proceed. The next page you'll be asked to log into is what is known as My Birkbeck, which is our applicant and student online portal. As a new user, you will need to set up an account, but once you've done so, you'll be able to use that login to check the status of your application, apply for other courses and more. So we are going to go over and click on New User, which will prompt us to fill in some personal details, as well as agreeing to some data protection questions. The account we're going to use today has already been created, but once you create your own account, you'll be sent an email with a link to set up your password and confirm your account. Once you have this, you'll be able to log in to My Birkbeck. We're going to go back to the login page and sign in. So you've got your username, which will be the email that you sign up with, and you'll also be asked to set up a password. So here we go. Once you're in, the course that you've selected will come up in the My Application section in the centre of the page. You'll just need to click the pointing finger button to start your application. Also, when you log in and you've already started an application but haven't finished it, you can always come back out and it will say complete your application instead. However, the pointing finger option will still be there. So this logs you into our applicant portal, which looks slightly different, but it is definitely still a part of Birkbeck's website. The first page of the application asks for basic personal information, like name and address. So here you go, your title, full name, surname, and your home address here. Further down the page, there is a section on residential details, followed by a section which will prompt you to put in details of your passport. If you do not hold a valid passport, we also accept the following documentation for UK, EU/EEA and Swiss nationals. That's a UK or EU photo driving licence or an EU national identity card. You will need to upload a scan of your passport or ID in order to complete and submit your application, but it doesn't have to be done straight away if you don't have it to hand. If there's anything the web page needs you to complete before you progress on to the next section, it will highlight it in red. It's also worth mentioning that you can save and exit your application at any time by pressing the Save and Exit button down the bottom. You can come back into it just by logging back into your My Birkbeck account. Once you finish this first page, you can select Next Page down at the bottom of the screen. Next up, you'll be asked for details about your previous education. Don't worry, if you've had no formal education experience prior to applying, you can select this as an option on the drop-down menu about the highest level of qualification you've obtained. So at the top, no formal qualifications. But if you have studied previously at whatever level, so let's say diploma, you will be asked to upload a certificate or transcript that proves you obtained this qualification. Section here. Again, there's no need to worry if you've been out of education for a while and can't find your certificates. You can submit your application without uploading documents, and one of our admissions team will get in contact with you regarding your qualifications. If you have more than one qualification you'd like to mention, you can add more by selecting Add Qualification, which is here. There's also an option on this page about whether you would like to have credits you've studied at a previous institution considered as part of your application, under the Credit for Prior Learning section. So we're going to select Next Page again. So this next page concerns work experience and professional qualifications. Whilst it's not compulsory to put information about your work experience down, at Birkbeck we believe it can help to show the experience and skills you've gained through your working life, which you may be able to apply at university. Once again, you can add all the different employment history details that you would like, and then there's professional qualifications down the bottom. I've left this blank because, as I said, it's not compulsory. So we're going to go to the next page. Once you finish the work experience page, you'll come to a section on funding. This is more for students who are being sponsored by their employer to study or have applied to scholarships or grants to support themselves. If you're going to self-fund your studies or apply for the government student loan, you don't really need to worry about this section. So once again, we're going to press Next Page. Next, it's the dreaded personal statement. If you've not watched our video on how to write a personal statement, pause this video and go and watch it. It's also narrated by me, so you'll probably be sick of the sound of my voice, but you will be able to get started on writing a personal statement. They honestly are not as scary as they seem. I'd recommend that when you're ready to write your statement, you write it in a word processor first, and then copy and paste it into the box that is available here. It will mean that you're less stressed about it, plus it means you'll have a backup if anything goes wrong with the website or your internet. I've obviously written a very simple statement here, so I don't think I would have much of a chance of getting onto the law course with that. But once again, once you've done that, just press Next Page. The last page you'll need to fill in is one that asks for some information for statistical purposes. This won't affect your application in any way, but Birkbeck are just required to ask you these questions when you apply. This page also gives you an opportunity to disclose any disabilities or requirements you may have, should you wish to. So that would be in the disability section here. It also has the details of our Student Disability Coordinator. So if you do want to discuss the implications of having a disability on your studies, you can contact them. Once you've finished this page, the final page of your application will ask you to check over a summary of what you've written and ensure you're happy with it. I'm not going to go through to that yet, but it is the last page here. So once you're happy with it, and once you look through all of the different things you've put in your application, then you can press the magic Submit button, and you've applied to Birkbeck. So there we have it. I hope this video has been helpful and has given you an idea of how to apply to a course at Birkbeck. If you do have any further questions about applying, you can use our Ask Query portal, which is available on our website, or you can email the Access and Engagement team at getstarted@bbk.ac.uk.